into the game. And to the top right corner of the map, we're going to be starting with Team MiA's Purple Zerg player. It is Starbuck, known for his crazy strategies, his crazy player styles, very frequently. Can he come off of that fantastic double all-kill performance in the qualifiers to take down the orange Zerg player to the bottom left side of the map from Root Gaming? Let's see some hashtag root for Roots if you're cheering for our orange Zerg player, Cats. Thanks to Caston, says Day E911, no problem, of course. Always happy to bring you guys the Team League matches. Don't forget, we'll be live again tomorrow. We have the Team League in the afternoon with Euronics Gaming against EC Visualize. And then we're going to have the IM. I believe we're allowed to do the IM qualifiers still. It said we were. So we'll just do the IM qualifiers. I know there's going to be there's going to be proper mainstream this time, apparently. Someone told me that earlier. Apparently it's going to be proper mainstream, and Base Trade will probably be doing it too. But we'll just do it as well. Why not, right? Why not? As we get set to go into this game, it's going to be a hatchery and a pool here to start off for Cats. No gas just yet. Hatch gas pool from actually it's a hatch pool gas from Starbuck as well. So Starbuck going into gas. Cats no gas just now. And we'll see what this means for him in the long run. Is he going to try and play a gasless opening? That's definitely a possibility. It's something which you don't see all too much anymore in ZVZ, but it's something that can work out every now and then, and for now, definitely looks to be what Cats wants to go for, as he's just continuing to pump up them drones, and I imagine he just takes a very fast third hatchery, right? Like, I mean, he's stacking minerals right now. I suppose he's going to have a couple of queens on the way out in lings, but, I mean, it has to just be a fast third hatch sometime soon. Then double gas at about 3:15 or so, 3 minutes, and then going into, see if he gets speed, but he might just not get speed, and he might just go into, might just skip speed to go straight into roaches. It actually takes 2:15 double gas, so it's still going to kind of be a gasless open, a lot of mineral income, and a much later speed than his opponent, taking that double gas to make up for the lack of the single gas earlier, obviously. As we see, overlords just crossing the map, finally getting to the other side and going to start seeing what's up. Again, no aggression really from either player, so it's been a fairly passive game so far as these gases finish up for Cats. I guess in ZVZ it makes more sense to go for the double gas earlier if you open up slightly gases like this, rather than in ZVP also, where 3 minutes is kind of that standard mark. Just because you don't really want as many queens. Obviously he's still going to invest in a few queens. He's making 2 extra queens right now. And Starbuck's going to come in, he's going to scout this. Like, he's going to come in, he's going to see double gas. And he should be able to know about this as, oh, nice save by Cats. Didn't actually need the smoke crawler in the end there, but does keep that alive. I'd like to point out that the last time in SC2ITL Season 4, Root played Axiom Ace in their opening match, and Cats came out in this opening match. Cats came out and he won against MMA, and he won against... Did he win again? He won against MMA, and I think he won against Ryung before, or I think he lost to Ryung. But he beat MMA and someone else. It was really, really sick. It was really exciting. It was so awesome. I loved it. It was cool. I remember playing on Secret Spring against MMA. Crazy game. As we see, Lair on the way for both players here, so pretty much what we'd expect from Cats, kind of bypassing the Zerglian speed and just going straight into the Lair. With 4 gases coming up, it looks as though it's going to be meterless play out of Cats, as we see Starbuck already set up with a third hatchery, so being a little bit greedy here. Down a few workers though. As Cats is actually going to be in a little bit of trouble. All of a sudden Starbuck is streaming across with a bunch of Zerglings. And Cats actually just doesn't have any units right now. His Queens were a bit out of position to defend on the ramp, and oh no, this is a bit of a disaster from Cats. All of a sudden just Zerglings going to be picking off all of these drones, and Cats just doesn't have anything. He's lost 12 workers. This is why Starbuck was a few workers behind, because he had so many Zerglings coming across here. Cats will survive, which is worth mentioning, but his Queens are dead. He has to replace those. He does now drop the Spire. Again, that was just a little bit of a mistake there by Cats. The Queen's a little bit off on the ramp and not blocking there, meaning that the Mlings were able to come in, get us around, and go from there. As you see, these Lings are going to get surrounded once again and cleaned up. So, Cats takes a lot of damage. He has 16 workers killed, but he's going to go into the middleless play. But his opponent already has a third hatch on the way up, or finished, and mining. This is not looking too great right now for Cats, but let's see what these mutants are going to be able to do. Shout out to Arison76 for subscribing, dude. I'll give you some proper love after the game. But appreciate the sub, man. I really do. Thank you very much. As we see cats. A few Stirlings over here going to be found by these roaches. As again, that spider's on the way up for him. He's still 8 workers behind, still only on 2 bases. No third hatch just yet. And I'm going to see these lings just moving around, looking to see what's going on, looking to see what's happening. Going to kind of get caught by these roaches. Again, no ling speed. Again, it's a kind of a weird opening by cats. It's not your standard sort of way to open. And it just all went wrong when he lost so many workers. Let's see what he can do with these mutalisks, because it's not over just yet. The mutalisks can come out, clean up these roaches, harass, get some damage done as well. Definitely some possibilities right here for Starbuck. As we see, for cats, sorry. Starbuck will just be moving across the map with roaches. The thing is, are these mutalisks going to come out in time for cats to be able to kind of really clean up these roaches before they get here and just do too much damage? Cats moves down to try and take his third base right now, but I mean, he's going to lose the drone on the ramp, and well, there's that Mutalist, but again, it takes Mutalist so long to kill roaches, and the roaches are already here across the map. And I think the early damage done by Starbuck might just be a little bit too much for cats, as these roaches are going to continue working their way through the mineral lines in the main, in the natural. And it looks as though Team MiA is going to take a 1-0 lead in this best of 7, thanks to Starbuck. As these Mutas clean up a few more roaches here or there, a few more Zerglings as well. And again, just continue to clean up as best they can. A few more roaches can continue falling. So we see drones going down. I mean, roaches just keep on streaming in. Cats could type the GG. Again, it was just a little bit of a disastrous sort of couple of seconds for Root. As they are 1-0 down the series. He's conveniently called Euthermal just to mess with all of our heads. And I can't believe that. I don't know what happened. My mic was plugged in, but it just froze on expert or something. I'm not even sure. So on the right side of the map anyway, let's introduce our players from Team MiA. It is going to be Starbuck. And to the upper left it is going to be Jim Rising, named as Euthermal to mess with our heads. So yeah. Basically, first of all, I said thank you very much to Martinator and the other subs that I'm trying to figure out everything I said. So thank you very much to Martinator for subbing, and all of the other subs who just subbed recently, and anyone who's just supported us in the past or just for watching, guys. Thank you very much for the support. It does mean a lot. As yeah, I can't believe this has happened twice in a day. Like, God damn it, I can't believe that. Twice in one day. I haven't done it for so long as well. I'm an idiot. Alright. Anyways, but yeah, sub-emote ideas. Please give me some good sub-emote ideas, because I really don't know just yet what to do for my new sub-emotes. I think I'm going to have like a GG emote. We're going to get 3 new ones, because I'm going to get rid of one of the old ones that isn't used very much. So I'm going to get 3 new ones. I'm going to get like a GG one, and then we're going to get... I don't really know what else, so if anyone's got any good ideas, please let me know. We have SC. I was going to get SC2I dog for when the dogs bark, so you can spam SC2I dog. But I don't know if it's actually any good or not. So, so yeah, that's a little bit of a. I don't know. I'm going to test it out and see if it's good, and if it's okay, then I might use it. But I don't know. If anyone's got any good ideas, please tell me. As we have at the start of this CVZ, just hatch gas pool openings. We see the Zerglin speed starting up, and the yeah, Zerglin speed starting up, and yeah, just Zerglin speed on the way from Starbuck and from Jim Rising. I'm going to keep trying to call him Euthermal, aren't I? God damn it. Anyways, 12 lings on the way for Jim Rising, so he's going to try and be aggressive here at the start of this game. It is cross-spawn, so neither player has really been able to see what is going on for their opponents just yet, apart from the early drone scout or so, I imagine, from Starbuck to actually see that and get across the map so early. As we do see the first links coming out for Jim Rising, we'll be able to see his opponent is not in the top right, knows he's not in the bottom left, so he knows it's going to be cross spawns right now as well. As again, he made a few Zerglings here, currently keeping them hidden in his base. Starts a Roach Roaring as well. This is actually very familiar to what was what Violet was doing at DreamHack Leipzig. Where you kind of, I was talking to Eliza about this, because Eliza lost to this a couple of times in the tournament, and Eliza was showing me the builds, and he was doing it himself. He practiced it against Snoot a little bit. And the idea is you just kind of hide these firstlings, then you kind of run in, try and surprise your opponent, do a bit of damage, and then as your opponent's kind of overreacting to your lings, the idea is that you're already going up to roaches and you're already into the kind of the next stage of your game. So it's not quite the same. There's not quite as many Zerglings as what Violet was doing. Usually kind of go for a lot more and have a few less drones than what Jim Rising has right now. And as we see, these first things going to be turned away. I mean, Starbuck is very well prepared right here with these Banelings and these Zerglings as well. So Banelings is going to start moving across the map as we'll see Starbuck trying to counterattack a little bit. But of course, by the time he gets over there, there's going to be roaches out. And oh, big connection here. Actually, that's a big connection for Starbuck. Takes down a whole chunk of Zerglings for Jim Rising. And, well, I mean, Starbuck's counterattack here isn't going to do much damage, I don't think so. There's a few roaches out. They want to try and get in towards a mineral line or so. Try and limit the surface area on them. This queen at the front is in a little bit of trouble right now. And we're going to see them. We'll see these roaches trying to do what they can against these lings. We'll push a few of them back. And, yeah. So, the lings get pushed back and now the roaches are getting ready to go, and we're going to see another wave of aggression out of Jim Rising. As we see a bunch of Zerglings on the way up in production, and a Baneling nest being dropped down for him. So he's going to really kind of commit to this attack as Starbuck loses a couple more lings middle of the map, and Starbuck with a lot of drones right now. 33 to 19. But he hasn't got much army supply now. He has started up 3 Spankles on the high ground, but that's what this Baneling nest is going to try to achieve here. If he can, with these Banelings, if he can hit into the, like, a couple of these Spankles here, he will take these down very, very easily and very, very quickly. And that could be pretty nice as we see these Banelings are going to start morphing in. 5 so far. He only has the gas for 5, so this is pretty much it. He sees the Spankles up here. So we see also Starbuck already has roaches on the way for himself. I'm not too sure if Jim Rising is really going to be able to attack into this. As we start seeing him come up this ramp, these Banelings, they're not going to reach the Spankles. They're just going to have to see what they can explode on. And honestly, the answer is not a lot. As Jim Rising attacks up this ramp, Starbuck just has so much. He's going to be able to just shut down everything here. Spankle's going to pull back a little bit. And it's just going to be GG. Starbuck takes game number 2 just like that. But with Starbuck and like Fro's able to take some maps, and Cheese King's always able to pull out something crazy, like they're never dangerous. They're a never dangerous team, and that's the great thing about Team League, right? Like there's so many teams which have so much potential and so much possibility for upsets and more. Just off the right side of the map, going to be our purple Zerg player from Team MiA. 2-0 up right now. It's our purple Zerg Starbuck. And down to the bottom left, going to be our blue Terran player. It's going to be from Root Gaming. It is Kalazur as he starts up with the second Rax already. Again, it's Orbital Shipyard. It's a Terran getting to pick this map against a Zerg. It is gonna be Reapers, almost, 99% of the time. Let's go look how fun it's called. And these guys, I'm gonna start getting into this. Reapers will start coming across the map in just a few moments. I'm gonna wait to see what's gonna happen. First Rack's finished, and first Reaper will be on the way momentarily. Skeletor gets set up into this. Second gas will come down now as well to allow him to afford this Reaper production. As the second Rack's going to be finishing up in a few moments' time. See a couple of Overlords moving out onto the map from Starbuck, as we would expect to get some early scout and early map control, and he's just gone for a hatch gas pool opening. So the thing is, if a Terran plays this right with the Reapers and doesn't really mess up his control, it's so difficult for a Zerg to win, because the Zerg has to consistently be making units or commit to so many units early, while the Terran obviously commits to 3 racks but expands behind it, double expands behind it. Terran is generally safe from a lot of aggression because the Reapers just buy so much time. The grenades are really good at pushing kind of roaches back, they're really good at delaying Zerglings. The Reapers are just so good aggressively and defensively. It puts Zergs into a really tough position on a map where the Reapers just never die. I mean, you look at this setup, they can jump up and down this ledge, they can jump up and down this ledge, and there's just no real way for these Reapers to ever actually get killed off. As we see, there's Zergling getting picked off here to begin with. Oh, it's not getting picked off, but getting pulled away actually. Good control by Starbuck to start things. As the second Reaper comes in here, and we'll see this aggression continuing as we're going to see Kalazur try and get some damage onto Queen. Of course, the more damage he does early, the harder it becomes as time goes by for Starbuck to kind of stabilize and whatever. These first 2 Reapers need to be a little bit careful, don't want to lose them obviously, so has to be a little bit cautious of them when they're on low health. Got them fall back and regen a little bit, as the grenade will go down and Just going to try and pick up a little bit here and there. And nice grenade there. Actually hits a lot of these Zerglings. One of these Reapers in the front, but does get away, and he picks off all the Lings now so far. There's another Reaper, needs to be careful. Does pull back. Both the Reapers pull back that damage. And again, just has to be cautious right now. He's going to chase. He wants that Queen. Another couple of grenades coming down as now 2 Queens very low on hit points. Speed about to finish, and Zerglings about to come out as well. This Kalazur continuing to make Reapers. Roach going to be dropped here by Starbucks. Still not a Reaper going down though. This Queen's going to be pulled into this once more. Grenade. This is the kind of scary thing about this. Have to be very careful. Random drone here. There's one of them Queens just fall. Another one getting a transfuse available though. He's going to see these Reapers popping up and down just a little bit. I don't think we've yet seen a Reaper die. No. So these Reapers still having a pretty good time right here. As the Reaper's going to start jumping up and trying to get a little bit of damage done. I think one of the Reapers did fall there. First Reaper of the game going down. This Kalazur, a few more Reapers on the way across the map. In a few moments' time. Reapers just popping up, looking to get some high ground vision to drop grenades and push these Zerglings back again. Spinecrawl on the way up to really help Starbuck kind of solidify one of these, this position over here. And that's something that's just kind of interesting. We don't see Spines generally used just because, I mean, they're actually quite easy to kill off. That's where I'm about to see grenades will be able to work away at the health of that Spinecrawl very quickly, very easily. There's a few roaches starting to come out as well. Kelzer still just making Reapers. His natural command center is up and starting to mine. We'll be able to morph into an orbital very soon. And as again, that Spine is taking quite some damage. Another Reaper falling here. So again, just trading every now and then as Spine gets slower and lower. And Kelzer has to be careful. Losing a few Reapers right now. Has to pull back a little bit. And Starbuck continues to defend here on these 2 bases. But again, 50 on the way back up home for Kalazur. And again, these units that Starbuck's making, you can't really do anything with them, you know. If he pushes across the map, it's going to take him so long to really get over there. However, I like this. Nidus on the way. And that's going to come in off of the lair that was built on the natural. So Nidus network being placed down. And maybe this could be interesting if Starbuck's able to make this happen. Because the Reapers are going to be a bit out of position. This is going to be interesting indeed. There's going to be more racks being added on now. Marines are starting up. There's a bunker coming up on the high ground too. There's a lot of potential. He scans. He sees the lair though. Doesn't see the Nidus, but sees the lair. And immediately has to be a little bit cautious about what this could be. Going to try and send one Reaper to scout perhaps. Oh no, he's just going to leave one Reaper to actually watch for the 3rd base. The rest of them going to come home. So great decision making here by Kalazur. Sees the lair. And he responds pretty well, and, you know, pulling the units back is exactly what he sort of needs to do. Get them in position in time, as we see there's Nidus on the way up. Oh, look at this, though. I love this as well. Kalazur's going to wall it in with a couple of engineering bays and a depot. Now it's going to be walled in, and, well, now he's just going to be able to drop grenades, and everything's going to get blown up. A bunch of units get killed off as they come up. Cancels on the engineering base and the depot. And that was a very successful hold by Kalazur. And this is why the aggression just doesn't usually work. The Reapers are so good at defending, like, almost anything, you know? The Reapers are awesome at this sort of thing. And we're going to see Starbuck kind of droning behind this. Another Nidus towards the front. He's going to be able to obviously get his units out this time. But he's got a bunker on the high ground. Grenades will stop anything realistically coming up this ramp. You know, for any kind of real period of time. And just going to be able to keep on grenading and keep himself safe, so I think this is kind of nice, as we're actually going to see a Nidus in the natural as well, so that's something which obviously Kalazur is going to have to try and keep an eye on, but as time goes by here, it's not going to happen. I mean, this overall's about to go down, so that's going to be his vision into this main, etc. Killed off now. Good timing on the grenades, and just a Queen that pops out of here, not able to transfuse and save just there. Few more Marines coming out. Factory going to swap onto Tech Lab Starport. Going to start reacting out Medivacs. As Kalazur's position in this game just gets better and better. 3rd CC up and going to get ready to mine soon. You see Starbucks only just now expanding to his 3rd base. He's, Kalazur's 10 workers ahead or so. He's got a good economy. He's not really going to die to all these roaches or anything. He's about to have, well, he has Stim now. He's got combat shields on the way and about to have Medivacs too. And, I mean, if Starbucks stays on this side of the map aggressively, then you might see our Terran player or our Zerg player run into a bit of trouble when the Medivacs come out. Depends what Kalazur wants to get up to. Does he want to drop with these Medivacs, or does he just want to try and push down the ramp and, move out? And it looks as though he kind of wants to just move down here and, well, come and fight this. He's going to stim in, and again, these Marines, stim, Medivacs. He's going to be able to kill off so much as it tries to retreat into the Nidus. A couple more roaches go down. Nidus falls. Scan goes down just to check there's no creep tumors over here. And again, I mean, pretty much spot on by Colors there. He read the situation well. Again, once he saw that lair, he immediately knew it was time to get back home. With the he immediately knew it was time to get back home with the Reapers and to get them into position to defend. Because I mean, when you see the lair and it's been up for a little while, probably either Mia's about to come out and kill all your Reapers anyway, or it's going to be a Nidus. What else do you really see off of the lair at this point? I mean, unless you go in roach speed, it's just generally at that point not going to do much more keeping the Reapers on the other side of the map. So it's a good response out of Kalozers. We see a tank sieging up. Going to see that lift into a medevac. Scan comes down. Going to see a couple of roaches, a couple of ravages at the front here. And as you see, wait to see what Kalazer wants to get up to. Third hatch obviously up for Starbuck, but still really struggling in that work account. +1 already finished for Kalazer as well. He's also got an army, so already going to +2 weapons, as his +1 armor has already started. And Kalazer again, just I mean, maybe he could send out a medevac drop just to test the waters, but for the most part, it looks as though he was going to move out anyway. His opponent is actually right out here, so he has to be a little bit careful about this engagement. He does just boost back immediately. A little stim, and the tanks will help him to push this back. And again, there's just so much here. Fungal Grove didn't even know we had an infestation bit down, but we do. Just one infester though. As Fungal Grove lands, it doesn't really add a lot. And Kalazer just going to move forwards away from that corrosive bile into this army. Well played. GG is called, and Kalazer will take map number 3, and he will put Root Gaming on. So, still a 2-1 scoreline in favour of MiA thanks to the work of Starbuck in games number 1 and 2. As to the bottom left side of the map, we're going to have from Root Gaming, the blue Terran player. It's Kalazer. And to the upper left, a yellow Terran player from Team MiA. We've been seeing a lot of TVTs today, actually. We've seen a ton of TVTs, honestly. To the top left, our yellow Terran player is Killer5. As Kalazer will be obviously looking and hoping to even this up for his team right now. Let's see what happens. Holden, gotta go, can't watch the Kala all kill, good luck Root. As you see, a little bit of a different opening from both players here. It's a gas first out of Kalazer down to the bottom left, and just a Rax gas from Killer5. So looking as though Killer5 looking for kind of a fast expansion sort of play, early Reaper, early Reactor, something along those lines. Whereas Kalazer, well, he's looking for, well, especially with a second gas, he's definitely looking to apply pressure early in this game. As we're going to see, kind of Reaper also coming out, probably maybe a factory as well, perhaps. A lot of different possibilities here as we see Killer5 coming in for a scout. Kalazer also going to come up this ramp and just have a bit of a look to see what is going on. Going to block that reactor from going down, so going to force a marine first, and that's something nice you can do if you scout on this map in time. Because got to decide what he wants to do. Ooh, the SCV is going to... wow. Saves the SCV on 1 HP. So sick. As he must have repaired it a little bit there to keep it alive. As we see the factory being dropped and the first Reaper on the way. Could be a couple of different things. Reaper Hellion definitely going to be a possibility. Fairly fast factory start to come up from Killer5 because he was forced into this first Marine. And he's now going for a second Marine too. And then may drop down the reactor just a little bit later on here, I suppose. It's a bit of a different way to open. I mean, you couldn't really drop the reactor first. If you didn't want to go Reaper, then, you best not go Reaper. Best just make the Marines get in the factory earlier and reactor later. The first Reaper for Kalazer is now out, beginning to come across the map. Second Reaper on the way, so it really does look as though he wants to pressure slightly here with Reaper Hellion in the early stages. And from there, add on a starport, and there's a few different things you can do. You can go for some drop play of the Reapers and Hellions. You can probably not want to do that on this map. It doesn't work too well on Ulrena compared to other maps. But something along the lines of like, Reaper Hellion into, with the starport, maybe a Banshee, a Liberator is possible as well. There's a few different options. As I actually see Killer5 in the end dropped a second gas also, so he's also going to go in towards a Marine and Hellion setup here early on. A little bit different starport on the way for him as well. And obviously with double gas he'll have quite a bit of gas income. There's also a few different possibilities here for Killer5 as we see one Hellion moving out. We're going to get caught by a Hellion and a Reaper, so he has to come back up the ramp with this and just back off for now. As he needs to be careful. He does move one of his Reapers there, and will just have to back away himself. But he does see what's going on, so he sees the Marine production continuing. He obviously knows Hellions are coming out, and one of the most obvious things from this sort of point is going to be kind of a Marine Hellion elevator or a Marine drop and Hellions running by, something along those lines. That's the sort of thing you should probably be expecting at this sort of point in time. As I mean, what else is it going to be if you continue to produce Marines? I guess it could be kind of a Marine tank push as well. So I mean, there's a couple different options, but Khalazar should be kind of safe for most of them, and he's going to drop the Engineering Bay in case he does need a turret, in case it's a Banshee. I mean, I guess the Reactor, the Marine, I mean, he saw the Hellions, so I guess it's not going to be a tank push. But he doesn't know if it's going to be a Cloak Banshee anytime soon, so that's what he's really preparing for mostly, I suppose. As we see 2 Hellions, 4 Marines in this medevac coming across the map to drop, but Reapers and Hellions already in good position and should be able to respond to this soon enough to stop this from really doing any damage here. And there's that Cloak Banshee about to pop out for Khalazar. And we'll see if he wants to follow up with a second Banshee. He's actually going to go straight into a Viking to follow this up. There's a few different ways, again, you can follow up after the Banshee as well. From this point, you can go straight into a Raven to help yourself out against a Cloak Banshee of your opponent. You can just go into the Viking, as we're seeing right now. You can go into another Cloak Banshee if you really want to keep on applying pressure here with the with the Banshee play throughout the game. Overall, though, everything is looking pretty nifty, and both players are defending each other's aggression, so no real kind of major moves being made as Khalazar comes to the middle of the map, and actually will find a little bit of a fight here. Which, 3 Hellions and 2 Reapers, I think you can probably win. As we're going to see Killer 5 lift and come over here, and again just try and be a little bit annoying, but the Viking now going to be out, and that's going to help to chase this medevac away, and realistically Killer 5 is just going to have to end up going back home. He's going to take a couple of shots from the Viking, but will get his medevac boost back, and he will just get out of there in time to keep himself alive. So medevac stays up here. There's some Hellions Marines going to come back into the main base. Tank as well, a couple of Reapers. And as these SCVs going to move down to the low ground apparently and start mining from the Natural Command Center. Natural Command Center, which is currently non-existent for Killer 5. He is completely committed to one base attack right now, and that's why, you know, the Vikings make a bit of sense. They help out quite a lot in terms of high ground vision. So Vikings and Mills can help against this Banshee. This Khalazar a little bit annoying right now. Banshee goes down, however. Khalazar, is he going to be prepared to deal with this? One tank coming out. Only one Viking of his own, as far as I see. Yeah, just one Viking of his own. He does have a Raven too. Reapers right now trying to delay some orders. His splash damage goes down already, and he's going to start killing one of these tanks here as well with his own siege tank, which is already sieged. Khalazar takes a great fight to start defending this, and should be able to actually just push this back completely. The last tank on the low ground goes down. Killer 5 gets cleaned up completely. Medevac falls. Khalazar grabs his Viking as well. And the only thing that survives from that skirmish is a Viking. This tank was on its way over here, but that'll retreat now as well. And Killer 5, what's his follow-up? Well, he begins to expand now, but he's already coming up towards 10 workers behind. Khalazar's already been muling with the second base as well. And he's already got his next set of production. Actually, no, he's got his next set of production starting the production tower. I got a bit confused watching the barracks float around there. So, next set of production just starting up right now. And we see a couple of Vikings coming across the map from Killer 5. Just have a bit of a look to see what's going on. Look to see what is happening, what they can get up to. Khalazar's scan saw no natural of his opponents, so just gives him a bit of an idea of, you know, the sort of position he's in as Killer 5 looks to try and drop off over towards his opponent's main base, do a little bit of harassment with this tank evac. However, a single Viking over here will pick up on this relatively quickly, and I think Killer 5 can't really justify jumping into the main base with the medevac if the Viking's already on top of it, so just gonna have to turn away and boost away and run away. But has he gone too far? He's not reacting. Okay, now he's just going to go for the main, but he's going to lose the medevac. I mean, the tank is not very scary on its own, you know. It's like the siege tank with the medevac is very scary. You do quite a lot on its own. It's just going to get killed off immediately. 3 workers killed, and Khalazar's not going to be too depressed about that. I mean, you know, 3 workers killed, and he's already still up 12 workers. And he has had such a faster command center on the natural. He should be feeling fine. Stimpak's halfway done for Khalazar also. 2 reactors finishing up on these barracks, so his marine production really going to start kicking in now as well. As we see a few marines just holding the watchtower for him also. As the Vikings for Killer 5 just moving back and forth. Keeping an eye on this kind of entrance to his main. And Khalazar also going to move towards the 3rd command center now. So 3 command centers getting set up over here. Overall, a couple of Vikings again moving just backwards and forwards, looking to see what's happening, looking to see what's going on. As you see a couple of tanks being lifted. Because maybe thinking about moving out onto the map. Very difficult map to attack on, obviously, is Lorena. But if he doesn't go up this way, he probably can afford to kind of come towards the middle, take down these rocks, and then attack from a bit of a better angle without having to run through this choke point. As you see, the Marine over here just going to come over to keep an eye on the third base. And see when his opponent might be trying to take that. As he actually just loads up his 4 tanks, and he actually just loads up 4 medivacs units. He's just going to go for the drop, which is obviously the other way you can attack here on El Reina. As he's just going to stay in kind of vision of what he's got right now, which is the watchtower vision. Sends his Viking to kind of see where his opponent's Vikings may be. Sees that they're not going to be nearby here, and he's going to fly straight on by. And he's going to start dropping into this main. Tanks are going to siege up immediately. However, Kilo 5 is going to be fairly nearby to help out, but he doesn't have stim, and so he's just going to get absolutely trashed in this fight, unfortunately. Everything starts going down, and he loses a lot of his marines. Kilo still have a few marines here, tanks still controlling a bit of this space, actually going to pick off this tank of Kilo 5 as well. And 12 workers going down amongst us. At the same time, Kilo was pushing towards the front and doing some interesting things are already happening. Down to the bottom right side of Priam Terraces, we're going to have a yellow Terran player. It's going to be Froz. And to the top left, our Brazilian Terran from Root Gaming is going to be Calazur. As Froz is going to go for the proxy Reaper play for here on Prime Terraces to try and put Team MiA into the lead once again. Of course, Calazur, well, he is hoping to get his team into the lead for the first time today. Well, this is the sort of thing with a team like Team MiA. Starbuck comes out, kills a couple of guys, then the next player out has a bit of a chance, and then, you know, all it takes, after Starbucks comes out and kills a couple of players, all it takes is a little cheese that doesn't go noticed, that goes unnoticed, or something like that. That's all it takes. Look at what Calazur's doing, man. He's going to 3-Rax Reaper. Oh, it's 3-Rax Reaper against 3-Rax Reaper. Only it's like super aggressive 3-Rax Reaper out of Froz. And obviously it's like slightly defensive, better 3-Rax Reaper from Calazur. He's like on 19 workers instead of 13. Wow, Froz is going to be so sad when he goes into this main base and he sees what he's up against. Like, this is just tremendously unlucky. This Warlock's going to go up, and this SCV is not going to get up the ramp. As Froz's first Reaper comes in, I think Calazur's just going to be laughing as his Reaper comes out, and Froz sees the 3-Rax as well. So this will become a bit of a micro battle, but obviously it's going to be a lot better for Calazur, who's already on 19 workers instead of just 14. His barracks aren't proxied on the wrong side of the map. As you see, Reaper popping down here. Has to be a little bit careful of his opponent potentially jumping up here. As the Reapers, for the most part, I mean, Calazur will probably have a pretty good idea where these Reapers are, right? As he sees them a moment there, so he knows where to wait. As we're going to see these Reapers popping up, and we see grenades going down. That's actually going to give Calazur an extra click or so. As whoa, Froz though actually saves both of his Reapers on what, 2 health, 4 health? That's really sick. As we see these SCVs coming towards the front to try and help out as well. Froz is going to lose one of the Reapers, but this is a big move. By keeping 2 of his Reapers alive, this is going to help out a lot. As Calazur, well, he's going to have to pull some workers into this to try and help out in terms of defending. There's a 3rd Reaper coming out for him right now. He will kill off 1 here, as we're going to see him looping around, Froz looping around to try and get another or so. And well, this is just TBT. Froz now the aggressor, obviously going to have the advantage, killing off these SCVs, as SCVs get pulled into defend by Calazur. Another Reaper grenade goes down. He's trying to keep his Reapers alive. He's going to get 1 more, he's going to get 2 more, he's going to get another Reaper. And all of a sudden now, Calazur has 2 Reapers against 2 Reapers, but he needs to get the better trade still. And the pull-aways from both players. Calazur is not going to keep his Reaper alive. Now we're down to 14 workers for each player here, as he's going to get that Reaper actually just on the way out. Big pick off by Calazur, as Froz going to try and come back up here once again. Reapers from Calazur will get the first hits though. He's going to chase now. How far can he afford to give chase for? He's going to come down here. He's going to get 1 Reaper and 2, and pulls his own Reaper away. Actually, somehow his Reaper goes down. I don't even know how that's possible. Maybe that Reaper is attacked already, as this Reaper action continues here, and it's a very even game, as it's still just Calazur in a slight advantage at the end. It was a very even game. As when Kalazar was bringing himself back into it. I mean, at the very end here, we're not going to be able to see because Game Hard kills everything, but... I mean, Frost killed a lot of workers to kind of bring it back even. Kalazar was flowing a lot of money. Yeah, this is a free rack sweeper map. I mean, if you're going to free rack sweeper on... if you're going to free rack sweeper on Prior and Terraces against a Terran player, you're probably going to free rack sweeper on Settle Protocol against a Terran. To the bottom left side of the map from Team MiA is going to be our red Terran player. It is going to be Von Comet. That being said, because it's such a great free rack sweeper map, you can kind of open Gas First Sweeper Hellion, which is sort of like a blind counter to free rack sweeper. And that could kind of put you in a bit of good position as well, so lots of possibility. And as we see to the top right side of the map, from Root Gaming, it's going to be our teal Terran player. It's Kalazar. So, early on in this TVT, waiting to see what is going to happen. As we have quite a few of you guys excited for Kalazar Allkill. No Fun Colton, Angel Fox, Gogo Kalazar says KRS Neri. Whoa, another sub! Nobu Kuku. Sorry, no, I read that wrong. I put the B and the K in the wrong place. No Kobuku. Thank you very much for the sub, buddy. Much appreciated. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining the sub club. I still really need to think of a good name for our subs, don't I? Have some SC2I Heart. You know what? I'm even going to be really BM to the stream and tab out to SC2I Heart. Alright, so. Have I talked to anyone about see if they'll host my replays like SC2 casts? I don't really know what SC2 cast is. They just host up like VODs? I think I do know actually. No, they just host up VODs. No, I haven't. Maybe I should. That's a good idea actually. Actually, that's a really good idea. Good call, Simon says. I'm liking it. Let's talk about StarCraft though, because we're 2.5 minutes in this TVT, which means action is beginning. Both players have their double gases down, as we do see from Kalazar. Just this Reaper Hellion opening once again. Safe way to play, and it's actually the same thing out of his opponent Von Comet. So I actually kind of like this. On this map, I actually think this is probably the better way to play, because it's Free Rack Sweeper is very good, but I think this is kind of the blind counter to Free Rack Sweeper, and it's very good on this map as well, because there's a lot of surface area to jump up with Reapers and be annoying and stuff anyway. So you can still be annoying and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I think this is a good map for this. Kalazar is just going to keep that Reaper alive for now. He's going to get to the high ground. His Hellion is, well, where's his next Reaper is the question. It's actually out on the map still. Kalazar in a little bit of trouble, but there's another Hellion of his coming in, and he's going to start controlling this. Is he going to be able to out-control his opponent? He pulls that Hellion back. As he comes back in, snipes down the Hellion. He's going to trade Hellion for Hellion, but he gets Reaper for Reaper. And now he comes out a Reaper ahead there. So, good trade by Kalazar. It was a bit of a disastrous start, but then he changed it. They brought it back with some good control to save the situation. And Von coming in. I mean, the extra Hellion popping out also helped as well, obviously, as you see. You Reaper a couple of Hellions in the middle of the map. And you'll see another Reaper coming across for Von Comet right now. Obviously, though, Kalazar, with that slight Hellion advantage, will maybe be able to get something done. He actually opted to go into a Liberator here to start things off. And there's a Liberator on the way up for Von Comet as well. So it's going to be a bit of a Liberator war here in the main base momentarily. He's going to get the first shot. They're just going to avoid each other. And Kalazar is just going to siege up. So he's going to start losing this Liberator. Liberators don't kill Liberators very quickly, so that's not too much of a big deal. As we see Kalazar attacking at the front here. A lot of low health Reapers, though. And a little bit of a trade as 3 workers go down in the main base. Of course, that causes a lot of lost mine time. Now 5, now 6. One more. Just 6. 6 workers killed here by the Liberator. And Kalazar already has a Viking out now, so he's going to be very well prepared for the incoming Liberator of his opponent. As he's going to send the Viking with it, which is kind of a smart thing to do. because yeah, I mean it's kind of a smart thing to do, because it means that if the Viking and Liberator go up just against just a single Viking, then he's actually going to win that fight, and then his Liberator is going to be able to siege up as well. However, let me see, a couple of Marines out here for Kalazar as well, so he should be okay against this, really. As he's gone into a Cloak Banshee follow-up, which is going to be underway very, very momentarily. We see these Banshee Sauna come across the map. There's that Liberator coming into play, but Viking and Marines combined again. This Viking Marine combo is going to be enough to take down the Liberator. And now the Liberator is dead, it's not going to be as much of a threat. As you're going to see this Viking backing away behind the middle line. Viking coming in, and again, not really going to be able to do very much, as we see first Cloak Banshee coming across the map. And on a Comet, he has an Engineering Bay, but he doesn't have a turret just yet. As we see this Banshee coming in, we're going to see it start working away on this mineral line, and oh no, I mean the scan's going to be here in about 10 seconds time, or a little bit less than that, but this Banshee's going to get some good damage done before then, as the worker count, kill count is starting to stack up. And is he going to be able to dodge away from the, maybe he can also just dodge away from the scan as well. Kills the Viking, kills the Marine, and actually he's going to get away from the scan and be behind the mineral line. The scan is just not very well placed, unfortunately. And now Kalazar is going to keep on picking off workers. 8 workers killed, 9. Another Banshee coming across the map. Might be intercepted by a Viking, but I mean, they can just cloak up. It's no real problem. As this Banshee has to back away now, the turret is here. And 11 workers killed in total. Kalazar taking a great position in this game. Expansion is finished for him as well. As we do have a tank over here trying to be a bit annoying, trying to be a little bit aggressive. And we're going to see a couple of tanks moving onto the middle of the map for Von Comet, just trying to be aggressive with whatever he has, but he doesn't have very much, unfortunately. This Banshee is going to come in, try and get into the worker. And we'll just back away, and ooh, just a cloak in time to keep himself safe. This tank doing a little bit of damage here and there, but going to run into a bunch of Marines. The medevac going to start taking a lot of damage. It's going to fall. Oh, no way. It just goes down at the very end. It's going to type out GG. It's going to be game right there. Kalazar pulls off the all kill. And again,